Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to come on and give you guys more of a life update because I know I do the lock updates, but I just kind of wanted to share some other stuff with you guys because 2020 for myself as well as for a lot of people has just been kind of a traumatic year. And so, I'm not making this video to just be like, woe is me, but just to let people know, like, it's okay if sometimes things aren't going as planned. Life isn't always perfect, and I feel like I live a very blessed life, and I've had a lot of great things happen to me. But I will say that out of all my 34 years of life, this past one has probably been the most traumatic. So yeah, some things I just feel like I'm ready to share. Some things I'm still not ready to share. But yeah, I just wanted to open up my life a little more to some of you guys that follow me and are interested in more than just my locks. So let's just get right into where this year went wrong. So it started in January. A lot of people don't know this, but if you follow me on Instagram, you probably do kind of know bits and pieces about it. But me and my husband, we were victims of a very extremely violent hate crime. And this happened, I think it was like January 26th to be exact. It was with our neighbor. We've had issues with our neighbors for a while. The one to the right of us is, in my opinion, a white supremacist, and the one across the street is just kind of a little racist bitch. He's just a little racist bitch. And so yeah, he started some shit that day, and my husband had no choice but we had to stand our ground. He did what he had to do. We had to stand our ground. And from there was retaliation on a level that I could have never even imagined. I've been violated several times in my life, but that right there was probably the worst violation I could have ever went through. He came on our property and smashed the windows out of both of our vehicles, completely smashed every window out of both of our vehicles. And so that was pretty traumatic. Of course, we got no justice for that. We didn't really get justice for anything that happened throughout the entire process. But there was a lot of back and forth going to court and all that, just because, my husband did whoop his ass. It was a well-deserved ass whooping. But yeah, we were back and forth in court for several months, several months. And my husband, he walked away okay from the whole thing. But yeah, we never got any justice for the windows. I ended up just praying to the ancestors, because I was, I never in my life had been that violated. And I wanted justice. I wanted karma, and I knew that the legal system was not going to provide. So I prayed to my ancestors, and some things got taken care of in their name, and I'm very happy about that. But yeah, so that was the beginning of the year. That was the beginning of the year. It was horrible. I mean, to have a neighbor that just calls you N words and B words all the time is, it gets a little draining after a while. Me and my husband, we're both we're both pretty about it. Like we stand our ground. We don't get bullied. We don't let no shit like that happen. Like, we really don't. And so it's crazy, because when stuff like this happens, a lot of people are quick to say, oh, I would have done this and that too, or whatever. But it's like, you got to prepare yourself that as Black people, we don't get the same amount of we don't get to defend ourselves the same way other people might be able to. So just know, if somebody calls your wife a nigger bitch and threatens to punch her in the face, like, yeah, you want to retaliate, but just be prepared to hire a lawyer afterwards. So that was the beginning of the year. And yeah, it was just, I was so stressed. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep after the windows got smashed out. Like, I could not sleep at all. The police were horrible in the situation. Absolutely, like I said, no justice was served. If anything, they just triggered my PTSD even more from the actions that they took to give the neighbor justice for getting his ass whooped. So that was, I mean, it was just horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And when I say I have PTSD, I'm not saying that to sound funny or cute or anything like that. Like, I truly have post-traumatic stress disorder from everything that happened with my racist neighbors and the CSPD. Okay? So that was the first series of unfortunate events that happened in 2020. And then, as everybody knows, there was COVID. COVID happened. I'm a barber, and so I was out of work for like 2 months, something like that. And that was also pretty difficult because we were down to one income. And like I said, we were going back and forth to court. We had a lot of lawyer fees and all that kind of stuff. So that was kind of a difficult point as well. And just wondering, like, are they going to let the barbershops open back up? And are things ever going to go back to normal? That was a kind of a bit nerve-wracking. So I was dealing with that. And then, people were actually dying. A lot of people were dying. People that I know, that I love, were dying from COVID, falling insanely ill from COVID. So that was traumatic. I'm not one of those people who's all crazy about the disease or the virus or whatever, but when you actually know somebody who's died from it, I think you look at it a little differently. Like, I do feel like, they're kind of blowing some things out of proportion. But yeah, I do know somebody that I truly loved that died from COVID-19. So that was horrible. I feel like every other month I turn around and somebody's telling me that somebody that they know has died. And it's not all from COVID. Like, I just feel like people have just been dropping like flies this year. Like, not even just from COVID. Like, people have just been dropping like flies. So it's just like, I just never know who's next. Like, we literally will consider ourselves blessed to have survived 2020 because this year has just been so crazy. So all that happened. I was just going through a lot in my own mind. I was kind of going through a transformational period. Like, I feel like, everybody grows and evolves in the way they think about things every so often. And I know for myself, I'm like, every couple of years, I'm just like a whole new person, I feel. And so I was going through all of that. Relationships with friends. Like, I had somebody who I thought was really somebody who I considered one of my really good friends. Come to find out, she didn't even fucking like me, and she just cut me off and like deleted me off of everything in the midst of all that. And it was really just kind of like, damn. Like, whoa, that really hurt my feelings. Like, it really truly fucking hurt my feelings. I'm not even gonna lie, because I thought we were friends. Like, she would come to my house all the time. I had her in my wedding, and she just didn't even really like me. So, I mean, yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. But I was like, it's okay, because now I know to look for the signs in the future. Like, if somebody's just coming around you that probably doesn't really truly fuck with you like that, you can kind of see the signs. And the signs were all there, but I was just so adamant on, I brought her in my circle, introduced her to all my friends, and, I liked her. So I just, yeah, it was just crazy, but yeah. So then that happened. Yeah, it's never easy to lose a friend, no matter what the circumstances were. Even if you did something dead wrong, like, it's still never easy to lose a friend. So I definitely had a little bit of heartbreak from that. And then things just continued to kind of spiral downwards. Like, all this that's happening is also just adding more and more stress, and just, everything's just kind of all over the place. Family issues that I'm not going to talk about, of course. A lot of stuff just kind of came crashing down at the same time. And I think we're going to fast forward a little bit now, because a lot of that stuff, like I said, is kind of personal. But then my beloved cat, my baby Precious, she died. That actually just happened on October 1st. I know some of y'all are like, it's just a cat, whoop-de-whoop, whatever, but that was my baby, Precious. I had her since I was 17 years old, and she was just a month shy of her 17th birthday when she died. She died October 1st. She would have been 17 in November, so that was sad. She died in my arms. It was truly devastating. It was truly devastating. I'm finally to a point where I can even talk about it without like breaking down and stuff. But yeah, my cat died. So that was another hard pill to swallow. I knew she was sick, but I didn't know that she was going to die like that. Like, she had gotten diagnosed with kidney failure back in the beginning of the year. And that was another thing. I'd been taking my cat back and forth to the hospitals because she was sick. She was dealing with UTIs, and then I found out she had kidney failure. And with a cat, there's really nothing you can do with kidney failure except just kind of let them just slowly pass away. But she still seemed like she was in good health. Like, I noticed she wasn't like jumping the way she used to, or she didn't have as much energy as she used to do, but she was still on her regular schedule, begging for breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the exact times of the day. She was still her usual self, just a little weaker. And then the week before she died, it was like her health just declined so fast. Like, one day she stopped walking, the next day she stopped moving, the next day she stopped eating. And so I was prepared to let her go. I was preparing myself. Like, I still wasn't ready, but I was like preparing myself too, because I didn't want her to suffer. I knew she wasn't in pain because I had already contacted her vet and gotten painkillers for her like the month prior, just because I didn't want her to be in pain, and I knew there was nothing they could do, but they were just giving me another $500 bill to tell me that she still has kidney failure. So I didn't want to bring her out of the house and like stress her out like that, taking her to the vet. So, I was just like, let me get painkillers. So she was on painkillers, and yeah, like it just happened so fast. I got off of work that day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna plan to have somebody come to the house and euthanize her on the following Monday. Like, she should make it through the weekend. That's what I was really hoping for. So I was like, I'm gonna sleep on the couch with her tonight, and just in case something crazy happens, I'm gonna sleep on the couch with her and just really keep her by my side like these next few days. So I laid on the couch with her, woke up in the middle of the night. It was like 11 o'clock, and she was just dead in my arms. So yeah, that was truly, truly devastating. But I have to be happy that she did die in my arms, as opposed to having to euthanize her, or her just howling in pain or anything like that. She didn't even let out a peep. Like, she literally just went out in my arms. So yeah, I'm like, we know when we get pets, they're not going to live forever, and one day they got to go. And she was 17. She lived a really, really good life. And so yeah, I can't be sad about it. I have her little ashes and her paw print now that definitely I can feel her presence within those. So yeah, that was probably by far the most devastating piece of 2020. And yeah, all of this stress and everything, it did affect my health. And yeah, it affected my health drastically. And so still not over everything that's to come, but again, like I said, some stuff I'm still not quite ready to share, but I do have one more major obstacle facing me this year, and hopefully I can knock it out and come back better than before. And I do want to share it with you guys eventually, because I do think it's something that a lot of people have experienced, and that me sharing my story could probably help. But I'm really private about like certain parts of my life. Like, I feel like I'm kind of an open book, but then some stuff I kind of hold sacred and really keep to myself. So I just have to wait till I'm ready to even share anything about that portion of my life. But yeah, I'm just, throughout all of this craziness that's been happening, I'm trying my best to just stay focused and understanding that, like, just because you have setbacks is not like, it's just one chapter of your life. It is just one chapter of your life. You're still young. You've got family, friends, a bright future. Like, don't let all the bad things just totally make you forget about all the good things. And so yeah, that's where my mindset is. I'm kind of just numb to the idea of anything else, anybody else I know dying or anything else just traumatic happening. I'm kind of numb to that right now because I can't even imagine what more could happen. I really can't. And I know this is probably even first world problems. Like the shit that I'm over here complaining about, like I know there's somebody who, like, what I'm saying is like not even a minor fraction compared to what they've gone through. So I do have to, I have to be mindful of that. I do, because it could always be worse. And yeah, there are people who are dealing with things that would probably kill me, like for real, probably kill me. So I have to count my blessings. On a brighter note, I think I've gotten all the negative, horrific things out of the way. And so yeah, on a brighter note, I did start a new little business venture. I can't even really call it a business right now, but just a little side hustle where y'all know I'm vegan and I cook a lot of food. So I started selling vegan plates right out the front door of my house. And it's been about I've done it 3 times so far. I do it every Sunday from 4:30 to 7:30. And that's been pretty nice. It's been pretty nice. Every week gets busier and busier. And, if it keeps up like this, who knows what I'll do next. I might actually make this like a real business, a profession. But right now, everybody had an auntie or a grandma or somebody who was slinging plates out the kitchen in their home. So I'm just kind of doing that right now. But I always thought about being in the food industry, but I don't think I'd ever want the responsibility of like having an actual restaurant. I don't think I'd ever want that responsibility, just because the way I am, I like to just go in and out as I feel. I like to work when I want to and not work when I don't want to. So I don't know if I could commit myself to a restaurant like that, but I could definitely commit to like maybe a food truck, or just even doing like pop-ups where I just, rent out a kitchen every once in a while, like, and just sell food from there. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm happy that I've been doing that and it's going well. I'm thankful that I'm still doing the job that I'm a barber. Like I said, I'm thankful that I'm still able to do that. I work for myself doing that. I just rent out a space that I do my thing from, where I do have the freedom to come in and out as I want. And yeah, that's pretty nice. So yeah, I can't be too sad with everything that's going on, but I just wanted to share those things because they've just been weighing heavy on my heart, like literally weighing so heavy on my heart. And sometimes you just want to share it. And let me know what you guys have been going through this year. What challenges have you faced? Because it seems like everybody around me right now has had a series of misfortune, and I don't know what it is. I really, really don't. But I'm just praying for better days to come. I know better days are coming. Like, I know once I get through this last hurdle of 2020, like I said, I have one more challenge that I have to survive through, like literally survive through. And once I get through that, I have 100% faith that life will just be better. So thank you guys for listening to me vent for, gosh, almost 20 minutes now. But I really just kind of needed to get some of that off of my chest. And yeah, thank you if you made it this far. I do have a lock update video on its way because I did just hit 3.5 years locked. So I will be sharing that. But I think that's all. I can't really think of anything else that horrific has happened to me. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and follow me on Instagram. I did change my handle back to Vegan High, but now it's Vegan High with 2 H's because, you know, I changed my name because I was having this epiphany. Like, I don't want my page to be a vegan food page anymore. But then I realized I wanted to start slinging these plates, and I was like, well, Vegan High sounds better than the name that I had switched to. So then I tried to switch back to Vegan High, and somebody stole it that quick. So I had to put another H at the end. Y'all go report that person. They only have like 2 followers, okay? Let me get my original Vegan High name back, but it's all good, y'all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.